Welcome, Leo. This is Regina from Pacific Tarot, getting ready to do your full moon in Capricorn tarot reading. I am doing part one now. The full moon in Leo, full moon in Capricorn occurred on the 21st of June. And the second full moon will occur on the 21st of July. So this is part one and really is about maximizing the long transit of Pluto through Capricorn in over the last couple of decades almost. And we are wrapping up that transit in which you have gone through a very deep soul cleansing. The lessons that you've learned from that are now ready to be implemented and activated in your life. So this is a very deep healing time, a time of maturation for most of us. I appreciate you being here. I want to remind you that this is a general reading. If you're interested in personal reading, the information for that is in the description box below. Let's get started, Leo, with your overall energy for this full moon is the Strength card. The Strength card is about your ability to persevere. You have a vision. You have built yourself around a vision of happiness, abundance, prosperity, in addition to a service that you provide or through a service that you provide for others. That is unique to each of you. But along your path, you have worked diligently or are learning the lessons of a diligent, consistent, generous work ethic. And by generous, I mean recognizing the support that others need, perhaps others who are not as capable, not as able as you, to help them to find their strength, to support them in improving on their skills so that you recognize there is nothing that you are expecting back for the help that you give others, because you understand that improving the effort of others simply makes the project of a higher quality, a better product. A better effort is something that elevates everyone involved. And that's your internal strength. That's what gives you the incredible resilience and ability to push through difficult and sometimes rather gloomy prospects to a greater vision of self-fulfillment, self-satisfaction, knowing that you've done your best in any situation to elevate your station to the best of your ability. In the 10th house, the Six of Pentacles is really a focus here on all exchanges of energy, balancing those out. Your relationships, your contracts are contracts that you have now learned must be explicit. Your connections with others, your agreements for work are based on contracts that are agreed upon, that you are clear what you are giving and what you will receive. And particularly for those of you that are caregivers or not comfortable receiving rewards, not comfortable being given compliments or really understanding your value. This is encouraging you to translate your value into your relationships. In other words, that means to expect what you give. It's not an equal exchange, but it should be an equitable exchange so that you give from your strength and you receive from the strength of others. This is about letting yourself be loved as an active participant in all of your relationships, allowing yourself to be rewarded and abundant as a result of your efforts. In the first house, your perspective is really focused on making things happen. You're making connections, perhaps you're networking, you may be looking for new work, a new home, you may be putting together a project or an effort with a group of other people. It is through your connection with others, your ability to participate in the exchange of ideas and information with others that allows you to be a part of something that is very impactful. It's happening quite quickly. It's successful effort that you're making and will quite possibly lead to other things, new ideas, new information, new vistas or locations, new environments for you. In the fourth house, the high priestess is really giving you that internal composure. And this really does speak a lot about the values of the full moon in Capricorn, where you have are taking a moment to reflect within in your own space. This is the basis for your movement now, to understand that you are moving into a familiar place in your life. This is a place that you actually agreed to move from when you came to the planet. You are moving into your understanding of the service that only you can provide. And in identifying that place for yourself, you are evolving the wisdom, the maturity that you've gained from your experiences. The full moon is all about, the full moon in Capricorn in particular is all about maturing, growing into, integrating the lessons you've learned that help you understand who you are, not who others have told you to be. In the seventh house, you of significant relationships, the Four of Wands is again talking about establishing the process of learning, the process of developing and evolving skills, character traits, improving your environment, whatever way in which you are celebrating the learning you've gained, and that you in community celebrate the growth of others. This can be anything from a graduation, a certificate program that you run, a marriage in which you are joining with others or another to step through a portal where you have learned to identify the things that are authentic to your expression, your desires that come out of your need as an individual. This is about growing up and continuing to honor the process of growth. I hope this reading is resonating for you, Leo. If so, please like this video, share this with others, comment if you feel so moved, and subscribe to my channel, Pacific Tarot. And I've pulled the regret card. I know that I cannot change the past. I think this is really important for you because much of the planet has been focused on those experiences from the past that we are dissatisfied with, we're not happy with, we may be uncomfortable with, those failures and disappointments we've lived through. Those are the things that are tempted to leech our energy as we contemplate them, as we pick through them to learn from them. However, ultimately, the goal is to release those experiences, to take the lessons and to let them go. No change comes from past actions. Change only comes in the present moment. From the flora and fauna of Africa, I pulled the knobbed hornbill, and the key word is overcoming. Very much resonating with the energy of the Strength card. Protect your belongings and loved ones. Be willing to sacrifice for the greater good. There is a way out of every tough situation. So the strength, the Seven of Wands in the first house is clarified by strength. It was on my tongue in the second house and the call in the third house. Yeah, you are continuing to go through a very difficult time. Difficult in my sense is that what's difficult is the way in which you have had to undergo change, uh, challenges on your own. There is some way in which you have felt, despite those around you, despite family and friends, that you are having to pass through a gauntlet on your own terms, on your own merit. And this is in order to identify your purpose. You are being called, and I think you are aware of that. You're resonating to the energy of knowingness about your purpose on the planet. The high priestess is echoing that sense of memory, reflection, the familiarity of the challenges you're overcoming and the lessons you're being reminded of. So this is about you recognizing perhaps an opportunity that you've experienced before, at least the thread of your purpose that you have entertained in the past. And it may never have gelled into an opportunity or an experience that you could sustain. Now your understanding of this sense of purpose, whatever it is something that you now understand, that you know the way to make it a success. You now understand that you're part of a plan, that you have a larger purpose, as do all the others that you're engaged with. This is something that you may experience through study, research, training, learning. Anything is going to trigger uh, how much you already know about the way to proceed in any area that's new to you. The steps of growth are pretty much the same. And having overcome the fear of growth, the fear of change, you're now engaging what you already know, what has already prepared you for this time. And there is no longer the opportunity, my sense is, to deflect to a relationship or situation that you may feel that you don't have any power in, even if that is in the golden uh, bird cage, even if you are um, provided with an abundant uh, environment. That is not the same thing as providing and building for yourself. So that's what I mean by not being able to defer to a relationship, to a situation where you are set up, so to speak. Now you're doing the setting up yourself because you're setting up what is an expression of who you are and your skills. This can't be done by anyone else. Others can help, others can be allies on your path. You have support, you have a whole community of support. But what you're asked to do, what you're tasked to do right now is something only you can do, a contribution only you can make. The high priest in the fourth house is clarified by the high priestess in the fifth house and the moon in the sixth. The moon in the sixth house. So all major arcana here. The high priestess is really indicating that part of your extraordinary gift has to do with your expression, the way you express yourself. In Leo, you are the sun, you are the heart of the inner child in all of us. You can speak to that unmitigated joy and pleasure that we can experience as we appreciate the abundance that is all around us. This is part of what you are sitting on. You're sitting on this wisdom because you're in many ways catching up to yourself through this period of these full moons in particular, and through the fall when Pluto moves past its uh, last degree in Capricorn and moves permanently out of Capricorn into Aquarius for the next 20 years. So this is important. The High Priestess is flanked by the Moon card. So here you are really asking your guides, you're praying, you're meditating, you're finding that place of stillness, particularly for many of you, that journaling, that dream journaling, that working with your dreams is really helping you to persevere through the challenges, the memory of challenges, the sad feelings, the disappointments, the heartaches that you have experienced, and looking beneath those things that felt to victimize you, you're also experiencing that sense uh, of asking for help, learning to ask for help, that there is help all around you, that the people that you feel, or not the people, the energies that you recognize surround you, protect you, are there actually cheering you on. You have much more than you think you have. And in that way, you are bravely facing aspects of yourself that have contributed to the disappointments or the challenges you have and are enduring. And that's what you're bravely looking at. That's what you're working hard. You may have counseling, a support group, a therapist, a massage therapist. You may have allies that are physically helping you to take care of yourself, to heal yourself. And that is also a very positive use of your time. In the seventh house, the Four of Wands is clarified by the Ace of Earth in the eighth house and the Tower in the ninth house. Except for an ace, which is also a power card, we continue on the trail of major arcana. So this is such a momentous time for you, and most of the action feels as though it is coming from within you. The events in the outside, which are proving to be disruptive, they may be unexpected. Plans may not be going along, working out as you had planned. There may be something that has taken an unexpected turn that you had envisioned differently. However, these disruptions, as you may be experiencing them, are actually providing you with a way in, an opportunity to utilize your vision to plug in your skills and to steer something in a direction that provides you with an opening to more abundance, more stability, security, and protection. And that can be through literally an inheritance, a job that offers you, if not an abundance of money, then it is an abundance of resources or things that you value equal to money. For instance, a low-paying job can include a place to live or a monthly stipend for travel or access to food so that somehow your outlay of expenses are reduced. But whatever this opportunity is, it comes about in a way that is unexpected for you and may lead to travel, to more education, to more training, something that would help to uh, um, channel your strengths, the wisdom you're gaining about your worthiness to pursue things that are right for you moving forward. The Six of Pentacles and the 10th house is clarified by the Hangman in the 11th house and the 9 of air in the 12th house. I have rarely recently been in the presence of such extreme energies. There is so much that you are working with subconsciously. It feels as though you are staying in a place of stillness. You are cultivating your meditation or prayer practices so that you are allowing yourself the space to actually process all the wisdom that you're gaining. You're really carefully pulling apart your relationships, your exchanges of energy overall. That includes home, work, self, others, so that you can harmonize your efforts to the degree that is fair and equitable. In other words, the successes that you're creating for others, you are requiring, asking for, and expecting a fair share of that success for yourself. And you're parlaying that success into a focused vision of abundance for yourself. There is an opportunity to start something that is your own. A consultancy, a business, a position of leadership in a business, leveling up in some way that is significant. But I do feel your desire to protect yourself, to keep your distance in many social settings so that you allow yourself the space that you actually need to process all the old beliefs, all the old environments, situations, conditions of love that have been imposed on you by others or that you imposed on yourself. You're really releasing those. And it is difficult. Can be very difficult. It can be very challenging. And you didn't just start going through this yesterday. This is something that may have accompanied you for at least a decade or more. So that you are in many ways using this time to plan and prepare for this wonderful, abundant opportunity that is coming to you. If you're resonating with this reading, Leo, please like this video, please share it with others, and please subscribe to my channel, Pacific Tarot. Whoops, I've already done this. So Leo, forgive me. I am going to finish up this reading with the Yogic Path Oracle. And you can absolutely see how intense the solar energy is. I feel quite loaded up with the intensity of the time. And I've pulled asana, which many of you understand as about breathing, correct breathing. So I'll read to you from the guidebook. Asana is physical practice to sit in stillness. Your physical body holds the key to your evolvement, but it's just the first portal. The asana, yogic body postures you've been practicing have been preparing you for true asana, to sit in stillness with the truth. These shapes and movements have removed the cobwebs of your limiting self, creating space for the silence of your mind's forest. You're one of those who realizes the true intention of asana, and the one paving the way for others to see this bodily practice is really just a way to come face to face with yourself. Continue to cultivate your practice and move deeper into its core purpose, flow of energy in the body for the evolution of the spirit. Thank you so much, Leo. Until next time, namaste.